Welcome back. Wits Theatre is marking its 40th anniversary with a week-long fiesta titled Pitso Ya Kalaneng Festival. The event, previously known as the annual Orientation Week Festival, boasts of a diverse program of music, theatre and dance. To tell us more, we joined in studio by award-winning academic, multidisciplinary artist and senior lecturer at Wits University, Dr. Myer Taub. Dr. Taub, a very good morning. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Great stuff, man. Now, tell us more about the history of Wits Theatre. How has it evolved over the past 40 years?
Well, the theatre is 40 years old, and it really was a kind of integration of the kind of cultural spaces on the campus. So prior to the theatre, most of the theatre activities would happen in the Great Hall or in a smaller theatre called the Nunnery. And I think it was just a sense to create a cultural precinct not only on the university, but also to imagine a kind of generation of the cultural precinct in Braamfontein as well. And the theatre in its history had a very strong impact on the kind of cultural energy both on the campus and the university. I think over the last few years there's been a real impact on live performance and theatre practice because of COVID. And so this initiative, this festival, is really a way to re-energize theatre practice, both within the university, but also within within its location of Braamfontein.
We've seen so many different festivals, especially in the cultural space. So how is this one different from the rest?
Well, this one is different because it's platforming the students' work as a priority. So originally, the Orientation Week Festival would be a platform for selected works the year before from the best student works. Okay. And we would use that as a platform to platform those selected works. And at the end of that festival, one of those theatre pieces would then be selected by a panel to represent the university at Makanda at the National Festival, National Arts Festival. So this year, the re-energizing is that it's opened up the festival to other institutions like AFTA and TUT. There is a lot more energy in how it is opened up. It's much more interdisciplinary. But I think also what is important is that it is the intersection of the birthday. And so this week, starting from Monday tomorrow with the birthday celebrations, it is an incredibly energized week of both celebration of a legacy of a theatre, but also of the present students' work.
Okay. And what does it offer for young people and families?
Well, I mean, it's a diverse festival. There are 12 pieces that have been selected for the festival. And I would say that all of them in their own right are very diverse and talk back to both very immediate issues that the students want to explore and express. But to say again, the works were selected. So there has been already a kind of process of kind of quality control on those works in a way as a festival. Right. But the festival in itself, I mean, I think Johannesburg needs more festivals. And I think at the beginning of the year, it creates a really important energy in terms of February. It gets perhaps the city going and the students going. Sure. I mean, orientation is specifically for first-year students to orientate themselves within university life. So hopefully that will also energize that kind of intention.
We've always known the Wits Theatre to be committed to social justice and transformation. So how do those elements manifest in this festival? Well,
I mean, I think as a university, our university is very focused around social justice and transformation. So I think it's inbuilt in a way in terms of how students create their work. Sure. We really try to encourage a sense that students are making work that speaks back to their stories and the stories that are around them. But importantly, it's also about making change. And I think making change is about theatre making, so that when we make theatre, as we tell stories, we're not only making stories to transform our spaces in our own specific areas, but hopefully those stories then generate change and ideas and discussion and dialogue. Because storytelling essentially is the thing that really changes lives.
And I see that it's taking place during O Week, a time where new students are starting their
Correct.
university experience. So was that intentional? And how does this festival contribute to the student experience at the varsity?
Well, I mean, I think that once you're a first year and you arrive on campus and you see this festival, or you hear about the festival, or you're having there is an activity that is already occurring, so it energizes a space. I mean, the theatre itself has a hub on East Campus. I mean, it is in itself generates a particular kind of energy. And when the theatre is active and it's alive with people moving in and out of it, watching, talking, because, the festival is also a day festival. I mean, you're watching stuff during the day, not only in the evening.
Yes.
So in that sense of that kind of aliveness, when theatres are alive, they're buzzing. And that buzz, I really believe, kind of does something to spaces. I mean, there's a kind of incredible chemical, magical energy that happens when a theatre is alive, not only with performances, but importantly with audiences.
Right. And speaking of audiences, who are some of the artists that will be, participating?
Well, the artists themselves are the students that are performing, but also the artists have been selected as alumni, and also staff are creating work. As I said, the institutions that are now involved that are putting on work are after they've selected work. TUT have selected work. So I would say I'm not in terms of being very specific about one artist. There's such a wide range of artistic work, and all of the scheduling of the work is both on the Wits Theatre website, the university website. We have a Facebook page, an Instagram page. So I mean, there's such a diverse selection of both live performance, theatrical work, spoken word, as I said, live performance. So I mean, I think it articulates a particular kind of diverse and important energy that we need to see and engage with.
So how do we take part?
Well, come and watch. I mean, I think that's as simple as that. So get online. Look at a social media page, see the program, and then it's as easy as booking a ticket and coming through to the Wits Theatre with your ticket and some kind of identification in order to get access into the university, because that still is something that we have to engage with as a public institution and the interface of the theatre space. But it's as simple as producing your ticket and identification and coming through and watching and enjoying and being part of this very important week, both for the students and both for the history of the university and the theatre itself.
Dr. Taub, great chatting to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Great stuff. Well, that was Wits University Theatre and Performance Senior Lecturer Dr. Myer Taub speaking to us about the institution's 5-day event titled Pitso Ya Kalaneng Student Festival.